Hey there, my YouTube friends. Check out this article in the Washington Times entitled Pentagon Study and Protest to Prep for Mass Civil Breakdown. Why would the Pentagon be studying protesters and in preparation for a civil breakdown? Thought this was an interesting article, so I thought I'd share it with you. And it reads that the Department of Defense has dispersed some funds to universities so that scientists might study the dynamics of civil unrest and how the U.S. military might best respond. It's called the Minerva Research Initiative, and it's a program that has kicked off in 2008 to improve DoD's basic understanding of the social, cultural, behavioral, and political forces that shape regions of the world of strategic importance to the U.S. So this is more of a global research of civil unrest for countries or regions of the world that are strategically important to the U.S. More to the point, the multi-million-dollar research program seeks to uncover warfighter relevant insights to help senior ranking officials in the defense policy community come up with combatant commands that work in civil unrest situations. One area of study that's planned for the 2014-2017 timeframe partners Cornell University researchers with the U.S. Air Force Office of Scientific Research to come up with a model for the dynamics of social movement, mobilization, and contagions. The text of the program stated that particular research areas will ultimately determine the critical mass or the tipping point of civil uprisings where protesters turn violent. The program text states, so they want to understand when and what the triggers are that would make or compel a group of people to go from just marching with signs to start throwing Molotov cocktails or bombs and fighting police and things of that nature. The research will also analyze social media users' accounts and look at Twitter posts and conversations to identify individuals mobilized in a social contagion and when they become mobilized, because more and more people are using these social media platforms to organize these type of events. Another aspect of the project partners the University of Washington with the U.S. Army Research Office to uncover the conditions under which political movements aimed at large-scale political and economic change originate, as well as their characteristics and consequences through study of 58 different countries. So when there is a move afoot to organize against a particular political group, they want to understand where that originated from as well. Those individuals targeted for questioning could include political activists and members of non-government organizations. And it notes that this is something that The Guardian pointed out to as a potential concern or a potential for concern because it's targeting non-governmental organizations. In a question to a key project researcher that went largely unaddressed, The Guardian raised some troubling issues. Does the U.S. Department of Defense see protest movements as social activism in different parts of the world as a threat to U.S. national security? If so, why? Does the U.S. Department of Defense consider political movements aiming for large-scale political and economic changes as a national security matter? If so, why? Activism, protests, political movements, and, of course, NGOs are a vital element of a healthy civil society and democracy. Why is it that the Department of Defense is funding research to investigate such issues? And that is the question. And why are they doing it now? And it goes on to say that in response, Erin Fitzgerald, key program manager and an official with the U.S. Naval Postgraduate School, said simply and in part that by better understanding these conflicts and their causes beforehand, the Department of Defense can better prepare for the dynamic future security environment, which is a rather vague, high-level response. But I thought this was an interesting article. Tell me what you think. Why do you think the Department of Defense is conducting such research worldwide on a global scale? Is it to understand how such gatherings and protests are taking place and can escalate, impacting us and our allies, or is this something that they want to better understand specifically for the United States, in particularly thinking that something like this could actually happen here? And there are a number of things taking place that could result in a mass civil unrest right here in our country, and maybe that's what the research is all about. But tell me what you think. Thanks for watching. God bless. Peace and love.